Now the Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him?"
How can I go? If Saul hears it, he will kill me.
Take a heifer with you, and I will show you what you shall do.
Do you come peaceably?
Peaceably, I have come to sacrifice to the Lord.
Surely the Lord's anointed is before him.
Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart.
The Lord has not chosen these. Are all the young men here? There remains yet the youngest, and there he is, keeping the sheep.
Send and bring him, for we will not sit down till he comes here.
Arise, anoint him, for this is the one.
He is the chosen king. His reign begins now. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and a distressing spirit troubled him. Command your servants to seek out a man who is a skillful player on the harp.
Provide me now a man who can play well, and bring him to me.
I have seen a son of Jesse, who is skillful in playing, and a mighty man of valor. Please let David stand before me, for he has found favor in my sight.
And so it was, whenever the Spirit from God was upon Saul, David would take a harp and play it.
Then Saul would become refreshed and well, and the distressing spirit would depart from him.
The Philistines stood on a mountain on one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side, with a valley between them.
Why have you come out to line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine, and you the servants of Saul? Choose a man for yourselves, and let him come down to me.
If he is able to fight with me and defeat me, then we will be your servants. But if I prevail, you shall be our servants. I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man, that we may fight together.
Take now for your brothers an ephah of this dried grain and these 10 loaves, and run to your brothers at the camp.
So David rose early in the morning, left the sheep with a keeper, and went as Jesse had commanded him.
He reached the battle line just as Israel and the Philistines drew up in array.
Choose a man for yourselves, and let him come down to fight me. If he kills me, we will serve you. But if I prevail, you shall serve us. I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight.
Have you seen this man? The king promises great wealth to whoever slays him.
What shall be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes this disgrace?
Who is this Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living God?
Why came you down here? I know your pride and insolence.
What have I now done? Is there not a cause? Let no man's heart fail because of him, Your servant will go and fight this Philistine."
Thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth.
Thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock.
Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this Philistine shall be as one of them.
The Lord that delivered me from the lion will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine.
Go, and the Lord be with thee. And Saul armed David with his own royal armor, and he put an helmet of bronze upon his head.
And David girded his sword upon his armor, walking with heavy and unaccustomed strides.
I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them in the secret trials of the pasture.
And David put them off him, choosing instead the quiet simplicity of his shepherd's calling. And he took his staff in his hand, and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook.
And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David, towering over the dry dust of the valley. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth.
Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves and sticks?
What mockery is this, that Israel sends forth a child with a staff to face the sword of Gath? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods, roaring his blasphemies across the dry expanse of the valley.
Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field.
Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel.
This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee.
That all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel.
For the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands.
And David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine, and smote the Philistine, and he fell upon his face to the earth. The great champion crashed down like a falling cedar in sudden and terrible silence.
Our champion is dead! Flee! For the Lord of Israel hath judged our camp!
So David prevailed over the giant, lifting up the weapon as a witness of deliverance.
The Lord hath delivered the enemy into our hand. Shout aloud, for the Philistines are scattered.
And the men of Israel and Judah arose, shouting with a mighty shout that shook the hills, pursuing their enemy. The path of retreat was strewn with abandoned shields, as the fleeing warriors were driven across the rocky borderland. And the children of Israel returned from the pursuit, gathering the rich plunder of gold, bronze armor, and fine chariots.
Abner, whose son is this youth?
As thy soul liveth, O king, I cannot tell.
Inquire thou whose son the stripling is. Seek out his father's house, that royal honor may be given. Whose son art thou, thou young man?
I am the son of thy servant, Jesse the Bethlehemite. The soul of Jonathan was knit with David, loving him as his own soul, while Saul decreed David remain in the royal court.
Thou shalt not return unto the sheepcotes of Jesse, David,
From this day forward thy place is established within the gates of the king.
As the Lord liveth, my soul is bound unto thy soul, David. Let the covenant of peace stand between us forever.
And Jonathan gave his royal robe, his garments, and his sword unto David, conferring the honors of a prince.
May the Lord God confirm the covenant between us, Jonathan, and may his loving kindness never depart from thy house.
And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, behaving himself wisely.
Behold how the young son of Jesse leadeth the hosts of the Lord.
And the women came out of all cities of Israel, singing and dancing with joy.
In all his ways he walketh in wisdom, and the blessing of the Almighty is upon him.
Blessed be the Lord, who hath raised up a mighty horn of salvation. Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s.
And Saul was very wroth, the dark venom of jealousy entering into his heart. They have ascribed unto David 10,000s, and to me but thousands. And what can he have more but the kingdom itself? And Saul eyed David from that day forward, watching his every step with suspicion. The kingdom slippeth from my grasp. The eyes of the people turn to the shepherd of Bethlehem. And David played with his hand upon the strings of the harp to bring peace unto the king.
And the spirit of wrath took hold of the king.
I will smite David even to the wall with the javelin.
He escapeth my spear, and no weapon formed against him shall prosper.
The presence of the Almighty hath forsaken me, yet it resteth upon this youth.
Pardoned. Therefore Saul removed David from him, making him captain over 1,000.
And David went out before the people, leading Israel with righteous judgment and military valor. And David behaved himself wisely in all his ways, keeping his heart from bitterness.
And the Lord was with him in every counsel and conflict.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
Though a host should encamp against me, in this will I be confident.
When Saul saw that David behaved very wisely, he was yet more afraid of him. Seeing that the wisdom of the young leader caused his fame to spread throughout all the tribes.
Behold my elder daughter Merab. Her will I give thee to wife. Only be thou valiant for me, and fight the Lord's battles. Let not mine hand be upon the son of Jesse, but let the hand of the Philistines be upon him.
Who am I, and what is my life, that I should be son-in-law to the king?
But at the time when Merab should have been given to David, she was given unto another to wife.
And Michal, Saul's daughter, loved David, and they told Saul, and the thing pleased him.
I will give him her, that she may be a snare to him, and that the hand of the Philistines may be against him. Behold, the king hath delight in thy valor. Consent now to become his son-in-law.
Seemeth it to you a light thing to be a king's son-in-law, seeing that I am a poor man?
The king desireth not any dowry, but victory over 100 Philistines, to be avenged of his enemies.
But Saul thought to make David fall by the hand of the Philistines. And David vanquished the enemy forces, bringing full proof of victory to the king. And Saul gave him Michal his daughter to wife. And Saul saw and knew that the Lord was with David, and that Michal, Saul's daughter, loved him.
The hand of the Almighty shieldeth him in the midst of battle, and my daughter's heart is bound unto him. How shall I prevail?
And Saul was yet the more afraid of David, and Saul became David's enemy continually. Then the princes of the Philistines went forth, and David behaved himself more wisely than all the servants of Saul. And Saul spake to Jonathan his son, and to all his servants, that they should kill David.
Saul my father seeketh thy life. Take heed to thyself, my brother, and abide in a secret place in the field until the morning light, and I will commune with my father. Let not the king sin against his servant, against David, because he hath not sinned against thee, and his works are good. For he did put his life in his hand, and the Lord wrought a great salvation for all Israel. Wherefore then wilt thou sin against innocent blood?
And Saul hearkened unto the voice of Jonathan, and Saul sware, As the Lord liveth, he shall not be slain.
He is sick.
And Saul sent the messengers again to see David, saying, Bring him up to me in the bed, that I may slay him. And when the messengers were come in, behold, there was an image in the bed, with a pillow of goat's hair for his bolster.
Why hast thou deceived me so, and sent away mine enemy, that he is escaped?
He said unto me, Let me go. Why should I kill thee?
So David fled, and escaped, and came to Samuel to Ramah.
My lord Samuel, the king hath cast his javelin to slay me. He hath sent armed guards to compass my house,
And seeketh without cause to spill innocent blood in Israel.
Abide here in Naioth, for his counsel shall stand against all the wrath of man.
The Lord our God is thy refuge, and thy fortress, my son. And when they saw the company of the prophets, the Spirit of God was upon the messengers of Saul, and they prophesied.
Shall no man perform my commandment? I myself will go down to Ramah.
Then went he also to Ramah, and came to a great well that is in Sechu.
And the Spirit of God was upon him also, and he lay down in divine ecstasy all that day and night.
What have I done? What is mine iniquity?
And what is my sin before thy father, that he seeketh my life?
God forbid, thou shalt not die. My father will do nothing, but that he will shew it me.
Truly as the Lord liveth, there is but a step between me and death.
Whatsoever thy soul desireth, I will even do it for thee.
Tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king. Let me go, that I may hide myself in the field unto the third day at evening. If he says it is well, I shall have peace. But if he be wroth, evil is determined.
Deal kindly with me, for we made a covenant. If there is guilt in me, slay me yourself.
Far be it from you. If I knew evil were determined by my father, would I not tell you?
Who shall tell me if your father answers roughly?
Come, let us go forth into the field.
And they went out, both of them, into the field. O Lord God of Israel, when I sound my father tomorrow,
if there be good, I will send word. But if my father intends evil, I will show it to you. Go in peace, and the Lord be with you. Show me the kindness of the Lord while I live. And do not cut off your kindness from my house forever. So Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David. Tomorrow is the new moon. In 3 days, hide yourself down by the stone Ezel. I will shoot 3 arrows. If I say to the lad, the arrows are beyond thee, go your way, for the Lord sends you away.
the Lord be between thee and me forever.
And David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day.
Wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet, neither yesterday nor today?
David earnestly asked leave of me to go to Bethlehem for a family sacrifice. Therefore he cometh not unto the king's table.
Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan in fierce indignation.
Send and fetch him unto me, for he shall surely die.
Wherefore shall he be slain? What hath he done?
So Jonathan arose from the table in fierce anger, grieved for David.
Is not the arrow beyond thee?
Go, carry them to the city.
Make speed! Haste! Stay not!
Go in peace, for we have sworn both of us in the name of the Lord forever. Go in peace, for as much as we have sworn both of us in the name of the Lord.
The Lord be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed, forever.
And he arose and departed, and Jonathan went into the city. Then came David to Nob, to Ahimelech the priest.
Why art thou alone, and no man with thee?
The king hath commanded me a business, and hath said unto me, let no man know anything of the business.
Now therefore, what is under thine hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread in mine hand, or what there is present.
There is no common bread under mine hand, but there is hallowed bread.
Of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days, and the vessels of the young men are holy.
So the priest gave him hallowed bread, for there was no bread there, but the shewbread.
And is there not here under thine hand spear or sword? For I have neither brought my sword nor my weapons.
There is none like that. Give it me.
The sword of Goliath the Philistine, behold, it is here wrapped in a cloth. If thou wilt take that, take it.
And David arose, and fled that day for fear of Saul, and went to Achish the king of Gath.
Is not this David the king of the land? Did they not sing one to another?
And David laid up these words in his heart, and was sore afraid of Achish the king of Gath.
And he changed his behavior before them, and feigned himself mad, and scrabbled on the doors of the gate.
Lo, ye see the man is mad. Wherefore then have we brought him to me? Have I need of mad men, that ye have brought this fellow to play the madman in my presence? Lo, ye see the man is mad. Wherefore then have ye brought him to me? Have I need of mad men, that ye have brought this fellow to play the madman in my presence?
David therefore departed thence, and escaped to the cave Adullam. And every one in distress gathered unto him, and he became a captain over 400 men.
Let my father and my mother, I pray thee, come forth and be with you, till I know what God will do for me.
Abide not in the hold, depart, and get thee into the land of Judah.
When Saul heard that David was discovered, Saul abode in Gibeah under a tree, having his spear in his hand.
Hear now, ye Benjamites, will the son of Jesse give every one of you fields and vineyards, that all of you have conspired against me, and there is none that sheweth me that my son hath made a league with the son of Jesse?
And he inquired of the Lord for him, and gave him victuals, and gave him the sword of Goliath the Philistine. Then the king sent to call Ahimelech the priest, and all his father's house, the priests that were in Nob.
Hear now, thou son of Ahitub.
Here I am, my lord.
Why have ye conspired against me, thou and the son of Jesse, in that thou hast given him bread and a sword, and hast inquired of God for him?
And who is so faithful among all thy servants as David, which is the king's son-in-law? Let not the king impute anything unto his servant, for thy servant knew nothing of all this.
Thou shalt surely die, Ahimelech, thou and all thy father's house. Turn thou, and fall upon the priests.
But the servants of the king would not put forth their hand upon the priests of the Lord. And Doeg the Edomite turned, and the city of the priests was overcome by the edge of the sword. And one of the sons of Ahimelech, named Abiathar, escaped and fled after David.
Saul hath destroyed the Lord's priests. All the house of my father hath he smitten.
I knew it that day, when Doeg was there, that he would tell Saul, I have caused this upon thy father's house.
Abide thou with me, fear not. For he that seeketh my life seeketh thy life, but with me thou shalt be in safeguard.
Behold, the Philistines fight against Keilah, and they plunder and rob the threshing floors.
Shall I go and smite these Philistines?
And the Lord said unto David, Go, and smite the Philistines, and save Keilah.
Behold, we be afraid here in Judah. How much more then if we come to Keilah?
And the Lord said, Arise, go down to Keilah, for I will deliver the Philistines into thine hand. And Abiathar fled to David to Keilah,
with an ephod in his hand.
God hath delivered him into mine hand, for he is shut in.
Call all the people together to war, to go down to Keilah, to besiege David.
Bring hither the ephod, Abiathar.
O Lord God of Israel, will Saul come down, as thy servant hath heard? Will the men of Keilah deliver me and my men into the hand of Saul?
And the Lord said, They will deliver thee up.
Then David and his men, about 600, arose and departed out of Keilah.
And David abode in the wilderness in strongholds, and Saul sought him every day, but God delivered him not into his hand.
And Jonathan, Saul's son, arose and went to David into the wood.
Thou shalt be king over Israel, and I shall be next unto thee.
The Lord is our witness, Jonathan, that his covenant standeth between us forever.
Doth not David hide himself with us in strongholds in the wood? Doth not David hide himself with us in the strongholds in the wood? Now therefore, O king, come down, and we shall deliver him into thy hand. Blessed be ye of the Lord, for ye have compassion on me.
Find all the lurking places where he hiddeth, and I will search him out.
Saul and his men pursued David in the wilderness of Maon.
Saul went on one side of the mountain, and David on the other.
Make haste, my brethren! The king's host encompasseth us on every side.
Haste thee, O king! For the Philistines have invaded the land. Turn the host! We must leave the pursuit and march against the Philistines.
Saul returned from pursuing David. Therefore they called that place the Rock of Escape. And David went up from thence, and dwelt in strong holds at En-gedi. Behold, David abides in the wilderness of En-gedi, among the crags of the desert.
Assemble 3,000 chosen men. We march unto the crags of En-gedi.
The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed.
Shall we let him depart in peace when his sword hath hunted thy soul? Suffer us now to strike.
As the Lord liveth, the Lord shall smite him, or his day shall come to die.
The Lord forbid that I stretch forth mine hand against him. Touch him not, neither harm a hair of his head.
So David stayed his servants, and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul went on his way.
My lord the king!
And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth, and bowed himself.
Wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, Behold, David seeketh thy hurt? Today the Lord delivered thee into mine hand.
Some bade me kill thee, but mine eye spared thee. For I said, I will not put forth mine hand against my Lord.
Moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand. In that I cut it off and killed thee not. Know thou and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in mine hand, yet thou huntest my soul to take it. The Lord judge between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but mine hand shall not be upon thee. After whom is the king of Israel come out? After a dead dog? After a flea?
The Lord deliver me out of thine hand.
Is this the voice, my son David?
Thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil.
When the Lord delivered me into thine hand, thou killedst me not. Wherefore the Lord reward thee good for that thou hast done today.
And now, behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall swear now therefore unto me by the Lord, that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, nor destroy my name.
I swear unto thee by the Lord God of Israel, that I will not cut off thy seed after thee.
And Saul went home, but David and his men gat them up unto the hold. And Samuel died, and all the Israelites were gathered together and lamented him. And David arose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. Now there was a rich man in Maon, who had 3,000 sheep in Carmel. The man was Nabal, harsh and evil, and his wife was Abigail, wise and beautiful.
And David heard that Nabal did shear his sheep, and sent out 10 young men. Go to Nabal, and greet him in my name. Peace be both to thee, and peace to thine house.
Give, I pray thee, whatsoever cometh to thine hand unto thy servants, and to thy son David.
And when David's young men came, they spake to Nabal according to all those words. Who is David, and who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away. Shall I take my bread, and my water, and my meat, and give it unto men I know not?
So David's young men turned their way, and came and told him all those sayings.
Gird ye on every man his sword.
And there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us. They were a wall unto us, both by night and day.
Now therefore consider what thou wilt do, for evil is determined against our master, and against all his household.
Then Abigail made haste, preparing loaves of bread, wine, sheep, and dried fruits onto donkeys.
Go on before me, behold, I come after you.
But she told not her husband Nabal, riding down under the cover of the mountain. And behold, David and his men came down toward her, and she met them.
Surely in vain have I guarded all that this fellow hath in the wilderness. He hath requited me evil for good. May God deal severely with David's enemies if I leave any male alive.
When Abigail saw David, she quickly dismounted and fell before him, bowing to the ground.
Upon me, my lord, let this guilt be. Please let your servant speak to you. Pay no attention to that foolish man Nabal. As his name means fool, folly is with him. But I, your servant, did not see the young men my lord sent. Now, as the Lord lives, he has kept you from shedding blood and avenging yourself. Now let your enemies, and those who seek evil against my lord, be like Nabal. And now let this gift brought by your servant be given to the young men who follow you. Please forgive your servant's offense. The Lord will surely make a lasting dynasty for my Lord. Even if someone pursues your soul, your life will be bound safely in the bundle of the living.
And the souls of your enemies he will hurl away as from the pocket of a sling.
When the Lord has fulfilled all his good promises to you and appointed you ruler over Israel, you will have no grief or remorse for having shed blood without cause.
Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, who sent you this day to meet me.
When the Lord has dealt well with my Lord, then remember your servant. Blessed be your wisdom, and blessed be you, who kept me today from blood guilt.
As the Lord God of Israel lives, who has kept me back from hurting you, except you had hurried to meet me?
Surely there would not have been left to Nabal by dawn any male.
In the morning, when his wife told him these things, his heart died within him, and he became as a stone.
Blessed be the Lord, who has pleaded the cause of my reproach from Nabal, and kept his servant from evil.
And David sent messengers to Abigail, saying, David sent us to take you to him to be his wife.
Behold, let your handmaid be a servant to wash the feet of the servants of my Lord.
And Abigail hasted, and arose, and rode upon an ass, with 5 damsels, and became his wife.
Does not David hide himself in the hill of Hachilah, which is before Jeshimon?
Then Saul arose and went down to the wilderness of Ziph, having 3,000 chosen men with him, to seek David.
Who will go down with me to Saul to the camp?
I will go down with thee. God hath delivered thine enemy into thine hand this day.
Now, therefore, let me strike him with the spear, even to the earth at once.
Destroy him not, for who can stretch forth his hand against the Lord's anointed and be guiltless?
As the Lord liveth, the Lord shall smite him, or his day shall come to die.
So David took the spear and the cruse of water from Saul's bolster, and they gat them away. Then David went over to the other side, and stood on the top of an hill afar off.
Answerest thou not, Abner?
Who art thou that criest to the king?
Art not thou a valiant man? Wherefore then hast thou not kept thy lord the king? As the Lord liveth, ye are worthy to die. See where the king's spear is, and the cruse of water.
And Saul knew David's voice, and said, Is this thy voice, my son David?
It is my voice, my lord, O king. Wherefore doth my lord thus pursue after his servant?
If the Lord have stirred thee up against me, let him accept an offering.
Let not my blood fall to the earth, for the king of Israel is come out to seek a flea.
Then said Saul, I have sinned. Return, my son David, for I will no more do thee harm.
Behold the king's spear, and let one of the young men come over and fetch it.
The Lord delivered thee into my hand today, but I would not stretch forth mine hand against the Lord's anointed.
Then Saul said to David, Blessed be thou, my son David.
Blessed be thou, my son David. Thou shalt both do great things,
and also shall still prevail.
So David went on his way, and Saul returned to his place. And David said in his heart, I shall now perish one day by the hand of Saul. There is nothing better for me than that I should speedily escape into the land of the Philistines.
And Saul shall despair of me, to seek me any more in any coast of Israel. So shall I escape out of his hand.
And David arose, and he passed over with the 600 men that were with him unto Achish, the son of Maoch, king of Gath. And David dwelt with Achish at Gath, he and his men, every man with his household.
If I have now found grace in thine eyes, let them give me a place in some town in the country, that I may dwell there.
Then Achish gave him Ziklag that day. And the time that David dwelt in the country of the Philistines was a full year and 4 months.
And David and his men went up, and invaded the ancient hostile nations of the desert lands. Whither have you made a road today?
Against the south of Judah, and against the south of the Jerahmeelites, and against the south of the Kenites.
He hath made his people Israel utterly to abhor him. Therefore he shall be my servant forever.
And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare, to fight with Israel.
Know thou assuredly that thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy men.
Surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do.
And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams nor by prophets.
Behold, there is a woman who is a medium at Endor.
Bring up for me the spirit of the one I shall name to you.
You know what Saul has done, cutting off mediums from the land. Why do you trap my life?
As the Lord lives, no punishment shall come upon you for this.
Whom shall I bring up for you?
Bring up Samuel.
Do not be afraid. What do you see?
I see a divine being ascending out of the earth.
What is his form?
An old man is coming up, wrapped in a mantle.
Saul perceived it was Samuel, and bowed with his face to the ground.
Why have you disturbed me by bringing me up?
I am in great distress. The Philistines wage war, and God has departed from me.
Why do you ask me, since the Lord has departed from you and become your enemy?
And the Lord has torn the kingdom out of your hand and given it to David.
Because you did not obey the voice of the Lord, he has done this to you today. Tomorrow you and your sons shall be with me. The Lord will deliver Israel to the Philistines.
Then Saul fell straightway all along on the earth, and was sore afraid.
Behold, your servant has obeyed you, risking my life for your words. Now please, eat a morsel of bread, so that you may have strength for your journey.
I will not eat.
But his servants together with the woman, compelled him. So he arose and sat upon the bed. And the woman hasted, and kneaded dough, and did bake unleavened bread. And she brought it before Saul, and they did eat, and went away that night. Now the Philistines gathered together all their armies to Aphek.
What do these Hebrews here? Is not this David, the servant of King Saul? I have found no fault in him.
Make this fellow return, lest in the battle he turn against us! Is not this David, of whom they sang, Saul slew thousands, and David 10,000s?
Thou hast been upright in my sight, but the Lord's favor thee not. Wherefore now return, and go in peace, that thou displease not the Lord's.
But what have I done? Why may I not go fight against the enemies of my Lord?
Thou art good in my sight as an angel of God, but the princes refuse thee. Rise up early in the morning, and as soon as ye have light, depart. So David and his men rose up early to depart in the morning. On the third day, the Amalekites had invaded Ziklag and burned it with fire, and had taken the women and children captive, carrying them away. David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire. Then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept. And David's 2 wives were taken captives. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God.
I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod.
Shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them?
Pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all.
200 abode behind, which were so faint that they could not go over the brook Besor.
And when he had eaten, his spirit came again to him.
To whom belongest thou? And whence art thou?
I am a young man of Egypt, servant to an Amalekite, and my master left me 3 days ago.
We made an invasion upon the south, and we burned Ziklag with fire.
Canst thou bring me down to this company?
Swear unto me by God that thou wilt not kill me, and I will bring thee to them. Behold, they were spread abroad upon all the earth, eating, drinking, and dancing. And David smote them from the twilight, even unto the evening of the next day. And David recovered all that the Amalekites had carried away.
This is David's spoil.
And David came to the 200 men who were too faint to follow, staying at the brook Besor.
Because they went not with us, we will not give them any spoil except their wives and children.
Ye shall not do so, my brethren.
with that which the Lord hath given us. As his part is that goeth down to the battle, so shall his part be that tarrieth by the stuff. They shall part alike.
And it was so from that day forward, that he made it a statute and an ordinance for Israel. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before them on Mount Gilboa. And the battle went sore against King Saul, and the archers hit him and wounded him severely.
Draw thy sword, and thrust me through therewith, lest these uncircumcised come and abuse me.
And when Israel saw that their army fled and their king was dead, they abandoned their cities and fled. So Saul took a sword and fell upon it, and his armor-bearer fell likewise and died with him. The Philistines arrived on the morrow, claimed victory, and proclaimed it throughout the houses of their idols. And when the inhabitants of Jabesh-Gilead heard what was done, all the valiant men arose and walked all night. And they laid the fallen leaders to rest beneath the oak at Jabesh, and fasted 7 days. Now after the death of Saul, David had returned from victory and abode 2 days in Ziklag.
On the 3rd day, a man came out from Saul's camp, with his clothes torn. Where do you come from?
I have escaped out of the camp of Israel.
How went the matter? I pray thee, tell me.
The people have fled from battle, and many have fallen.
Saul and Jonathan his son are fallen also.
How knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan are fallen?
As I happened by chance upon Mount Gilboa, King Saul leaned upon his spear. I took the crown from his head and brought them to my lord. And they mourned and wept and fasted until evening.
How wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thine hand against the anointed?
And judgment was carried out upon him.
The beauty of Israel is slain upon thy high places. How are the mighty fallen? Tell it not in Gath, publish it not in the streets of Ascalon. From the fallen ones, the bow of Jonathan, turn not back.
And the sword of Saul returned not empty. Saul and Jonathan were lovely and pleasant in their lives, and in their death they were not divided.
They were swifter than eagles. They were stronger than lions. Ye daughters of Israel, weep over Saul, who clothed you in scarlet, with other delights.
Who put on ornaments of gold upon your apparel.
How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle? O Jonathan, thou wast slain in thine high places.
I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me.
Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women. How are the mighty fallen, and the weapons of war perished?
And it came to pass after this, that David inquired of the Lord, Shall I go up into any of the cities of Judah?
Go up.
Whither shall I go up? Unto Hebron.
So David went up thither with his family, and his men dwelt in the cities of Hebron. And the men of Judah came, and there they anointed David king over Judah. The men of Jabesh Gilead were they that buried Saul.
Blessed be ye of the Lord, that ye have shewed this kindness unto your lord Saul.
Therefore now let your hands be strengthened, for Saul is dead, and Judah anointed me king.
Now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David grew stronger and stronger. Behold, we are thy bone and the flesh. The Lord said, Thou shalt feed my people Israel. So all the elders anointed David king over all Israel. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years.
Except thou take away the blind and the lame, thou shalt not come in hither.
Thinking, David cannot come in hither. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion.
Whosoever getteth up to the gutter shall be chief and captain.
So David dwelt in the fort, and called it the City of David, growing ever greater. King Hiram sent cedar trees and builders, and they built David a royal house. And David spake unto the Lord the words of this song in the day of deliverance.
The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. In him will I trust. He is my shield, my high tower, and my refuge, who saves me from violence.
When the waves of death compassed me, the floods made me afraid.
In my distress I called upon the Lord, and he heard my voice. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven moved.
He bowed the heavens also, and rode upon the wings of the wind.
He drew me out of many waters and brought me into a large place.
For thou art my lamp, O Lord. The Lord will lighten my darkness.
God is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect.
Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness hath made me great.
Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of my people. Thou hast kept me to be head of nations.
I have pursued mine enemies, and turned not again, until they were overcome. A people which I knew not shall serve me. As soon as they hear, they shall be obedient unto me. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of the rock of my salvation.
It is God that bringeth me forth from mine enemies. Thou also hast lifted me up on high. Therefore I will give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the nations, and I will sing praises unto thy name.
He is the tower of salvation for his king, and sheweth mercy to his anointed, unto David, and to his seed forevermore. Now these be the last words of David. David the son of Jesse said, the anointed of the God of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel.
The Spirit of the Lord spake by me, and his word was in my tongue.
He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God.
And he shall be as the light of the morning, when the sun riseth, even a morning without clouds.
Yet he hath made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things, and sure.
And David executed judgment and justice unto all his people, and the kingdom was established, to the praise of the
Trong thời đại kỷ nguyên số, làm thế nào để lời Kinh Thánh chạm đến hàng triệu trái tim? Dự án phim Kinh Thánh ra đời với khải tượng chuyển tải toàn bộ Kinh Thánh thành phim điện ảnh. Chúng tôi cam kết giữ nguyên bản 100% lời thoại Kinh Thánh làm nền tảng. Mang hình ảnh các anh hùng đức tin và phép lạ hiện diện một cách chân thực nhất. Trở thành công cụ truyền giáo sắc bén, đưa Kinh Thánh bước vào từng ngôi nhà. Dự án tha thiết cần sự đồng công từ những 5 cái bánh và 2 con cá của quý vị. Mỗi sự dâng hiến là một viên gạch góp phần xây dựng nên những thước phim vĩnh cửu. Ủng hộ dự án qua STK Vietcombank 049100013775. Nội dung: ủng hộ dự án phim Kinh Thánh. Chịu trách nhiệm dự án: Mục sư Nguyễn Phú Quyền. Cùng nhau, hãy mang lời Chúa tỏa sáng